So yeah, I moved out. I wanted to be like Tina Fey,
Okay.
basically, right? Have my own show. And then I had a classmate who was doing stand-up, and I went, he invited everyone to go see him at the Comedy Store. And I went, and I mean, at the time, stand-up didn't even cross my mind because I had never ever seen a woman of color do it. I only knew Maz Jobrani, I knew Russell Peters, like Dane Cook's name,
Yeah.
I didn't know. And I saw this like Pakistani American girl performing on the same lineup in him, and I was as him, and I was like, huh. And then I was like, that's interesting. I want to try that. I want, it was really more of like maybe a bucket list thing.
Yeah.
And so I like kind of started thinking about it. And then in January of 2016, I went through the breakup with my first boyfriend ever. And I was in a really like low,
Yeah.
like
Sure.
whatever.
Men will do that to you. Yeah.
Which
Um,
the exact state you need to be in to write good comedy.
absolutely. And I just started writing. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can, how about I choose, instead of being sad, choose this as a focus.
Yeah.
And so I wrote a few lines. I went to this place called Danny's Venice in Marina del Rey. And I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I think it's closed down at this point, but that's where this classmate of mine hosted an open mic, and he put me up for a few minutes, and there were only like 4 people in the whole place, including the manager, who looked like Bernie Sanders. And I started calling him that, and he was laughing, and the people were laughing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm good at this. Maybe I
I'm
should.
funny.
Yeah.
I'm
And
amazing.
the manager actually asked me to come back.
Well, there you go.
So I was like, huh, this could be a thing.
Welcome, fellow lushes. Come on in, pull up a bar stool, and enjoy some cocktails with Dimples and the Beard.
Never keep a pretty lady waiting.
Without further ado, Sarah Fatemi.
What?
Don't do it.
Don't
No.
hide the amphetamines. What? Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're doing great. How are you?
I'm doing lovely. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us.
Sorry, lovely. I must be drunk already because everything's blurry except you.
Yeah, I blurred my background. I mean, if you'd like to see my house, it's just a couch.
No, I think you have a very angelic glow, actually.
Yeah.
It looks like you've got a little halo behind you, and
There it
Thank
is.
you. Thank you. I fell from heaven.
Yeah.
Yo, I looked at all the girls that you've interviewed. Am I supposed to be hot for this? Like,
well, you are hot.
That's
You're
why we get you
fine.
on.
You are hot.
thank you. So
But
sweet.
yeah, I don't know how we managed that. We've been lucky, and we've found a niche.
It's me.
And,
It's all me. We can manage it because of me.
Yeah, and we're not complaining. But we both love comedy a lot, and we're trying hard to get more and more comedians on. And
Awesome.
so tonight we have Sarah Fatemi.
Hi.
And I first learned of you on Kill Tony. I saw your set on Kill Tony.
Oh, I'm so honored. That was like 4.5 years ago.
That's that long? Okay.
Wow.
Well, I did a second set, but if you saw that one, you wouldn't have booked me because I bombed to hell on that set.
But to be fair, on Kill Tony, even if you bomb the set, as long as your interview is funny, you kind of.
Kind of. I mean, oh man, I almost don't even want to go into it because I don't want people to look it up, but it's fine. No, so the first time I did really well, that was in May of 2018. And yeah, and that was when
And that was at the Comedy Store, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Tony Redband, who was the guest that night? Bert Kreischer and Bobby Lee. And that was
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's right.
yeah. So that was a really good, that was so fun. And the interview was funny. They asked if I was an anal queen. When I
and the answer is
yeah. But the second time the guests were Chrissy Mayer, I think, and then Matt Bronger. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Okay, yeah, I know of Matt Bronger. I don't know the other name. Yeah,
he was really nice. Yeah,
okay.
but I stupidly did this brand new bit because I thought that it was gonna so slight bit of context. So this was in March of 2020. I
Okay.
think this was actually the last Kill Tony episode before everything shut down.
Sure.
And I had just come back from Iran 2 months prior.
Okay.
And that, I mean, I don't know if you remember, that was the time when we thought World War III was going to happen. Trump, So I didn't, the bit wasn't even related to that. It was more related to like the flight, because I took a flight from Qatar and stuff, but it bombed. It 100% bombed. And I was like, well, maybe at least they're going to ask about, like the interview will save me. But no, because the world had already moved on by then. It was COVID.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh shit, and that was something I barely. I mean, we all kind of heard it, and we're like, it's whatever. But
Yeah. You certainly weren't
Especially
ready
in
with,
March, yeah.
weren't ready with bits already in March of 2020 for
No.
COVID.
No, I was not.
Yeah. So that
Yeah.
must have been, because I started watching Kill Tony probably 9 months ago, and now I've found myself working backward. And that must be, so it must have been, because I obviously love Bert and Bobby. So it must have been that episode that I saw you on then.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Yeah.
no pressure with knowing they're the guests. Not at all.
well, the thing is, you don't know they're the guests until you show up that night. So,
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
certain guests would just drive like lines of comics where it's like, I mean, there was only a very small chance you would get pulled. So like I know for Andrew Schultz, who's my favorite comic of all time, I really, really wanted to sign up for that, but I think they even capped it at the door. Like there were so many people that they couldn't just let all the comics in. But I've met him and he's so cool. Oh my God.
his latest special
Yes.
is Mount Rushmore of specials. I love it so much.
Oh my God. Do you guys listen to his podcast, Flagrant 2?
I do as much as I can. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I know they just did their yesterday
So
or the
funny.
day before. We're doing like a live stream to get to their millionth subscriber.
Jeez.
That's awesome. I'm a few episodes behind. So, but
Yeah.
I'm like you. So when it comes to like seasons of shows, so like South Park, I'll start from the newest and then I'll work my way backward.
Yeah.
So in case I get bored, I'm up to date with all the pop culture. So people think that I've seen the whole thing.
Right? Yeah. There you go.
Oh, look at you.
It's genius.
That
genius.
is. I've learned
Work
something new
smarter,
there.
not harder.
So was your second appearance on Kill Tony at the Comedy Store as well then? Or was it in Austin?
Oh yeah. No, I've never been to Austin before,
Okay,
actually.
okay.
Yeah. So
You have
I
no
live-
desire to move with everybody else?
No. I don't. So what I know from the comedy scene in Austin is I think what Joe Rogan has a club there, and
He's gonna be opening it. Yeah.
and he took Hinchcliffe with him and a few people from the store and stuff.
Yeah.
Besides that, well, no, because I'm not just doing stand-up, I'm also doing acting. Like I have some agents and
Yeah.
screenwriting and stuff like that. And I really think LA is still the place for all that. So
For sure.
I would say for that
Yeah.
avenue, you would need to be there.
Are you LA born and raised?
no, I'm from Ohio.
From Ohio? You're a Midwest girl?
I am. You can't run from it,
Nice. We're up.
I hate
Wisconsin-
ranch, but I love Superman ice cream. So
That's a Midwest thing.
What is Superman ice cream? How do I not know this?
it's
How
great.
do you not know this with a
Oh my
child?
God. Wait, so Dimples, where in the Midwest are you from?
We're in Wisconsin, about around Green Bay.
Okay, is that considered Midwest or
Yeah.
is that okay?
we're
Well,
Midwest,
I hear
yeah.
you guys have really good cheese.
We do.
And also that's where one of my favorite shows of all time, that's 70s show, has been based. So I love Wisconsin already. And I
There
should
you
come-
go.
Yeah. No, Beard.
Because we're all stoners.
Yes.
We're all stoners and we all love cheese. Me and my lady are going on a cheese shopping spree this weekend. Actually, we just made the plans. That's what we're going to do. Saturday, we're going to
It's a thing. It's a real thing.
That is amazing. Oh my
100%. Yep.
God. So that's like your pumpkin patch then, cheese wielding.
Right. Right. You kind of work your cheese shopping around the local bars. You hit a few bars, you buy some cheese, and you make the rounds. So
That is
Yeah.
so fun. Oh my God. How are the farts in your household? I'm just kidding.
fantastic.
Oh,
No, they're great. They're great.
you grew up with them.
Yeah.
I mean, you literally grew up with pull my finger. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
Uncle joke.
that's just how
My
you grew
only
up.
uncle is in Iran, so he hasn't done that joke with me yet, but I'm sure he would kill it. But
So
real quick, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you
I
go ahead.
wanted
Go
to
ahead.
I just wanted to tell Beard what Superman ice cream is. It's like
Yes.
Yeah, it's like rainbow ice cream, but
Mhm.
better. Like,
Okay.
it's like, okay, so you know how like cotton can't, you know how when you picture eating a rainbow ice cream, you picture it to be really sweet. This is
Yeah.
like, I know it sounds weird, but it tastes darker. So like, it's like dark blue, yellow. It's like all the colors of Superman and
Okay.
those bold ass flavors, and it's so good. You can, if you ever come to LA, you can get it at Bloomfield Creamery in Westwood, unless they shut down. I don't know if they did.
Yeah, COVID might have got them too. Who knows?
We have it. Jordan got it all the time.
I've never heard of that.
My daughter got it all the
I'm
time.
50 years old and I've never heard of this. What the?
Do they
So
have
they're
it in
doing-
Wisconsin, or is that strictly because I'm from Ohio, Michigan area? I'll have to,
I didn't think it was, but I just know my daughter is 19 and she's been getting it forever.
we'll have to send beer to pint. We'll postmark it.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Heck yeah,
Just
ice cream.
don't tell the personal trainer. We recently had a personal trainer on.
She's looking at you right now going, really?
Yeah, no,
really? Personal trainer?
We recently had him on, and I committed to his program. He's out in LA actually, and I committed to his program. I'm like, what better before and after for you? And I'm just not following his plan. So, Mac, it's all my fault.
That is so funny. So my roommate is like hella like insanely into fitness, and he's actually very, very allergic to dairy, like so allergic he'll die. And
helps.
he actually, yeah, he encouraged me to like kind of wean off dairy a little bit, and I'll be honest, it feels kind of good. But no,
we're drinking White Russians just full of heavy cream.
Heavy cream.
okay, well, I'll have a White Russian with you guys, but
There you
like,
go.
I mean, in general, like, no, but sometimes I like yesterday I bought a whole pint of Jenny's like birthday cake ice cream because I was still high from the night before, and I like snuck it into my room because like he's always like, didn't you say you were gonna be eating better? Didn't you say you were working out? Didn't you?
we all say that shit before we get high.
We do.
Once we're high, it's over.
I know.
I just
You
had a
guys-
half a donut after dinner tonight.
Okay. Wow, Mr. Cheater over here, half a donut. I didn't eat a whole pint of ice cream and Wendy's and
No,
fries.
you don't know our donuts. This donut is like the size of your head.
It's a Midwestern donut.
So
Yeah.
so you obviously, when you get ice cream, like myself, you don't scoop it out and put it in a bowl. You just grab the whole thing and with a spoon.
Yeah.
Correct?
Where's the
Thank
fun
you.
of putting it in a bowl? Ew.
Thank you.
Do you my sister back a few years ago got me like a can koozie, but it's built for pints of ice cream. So you can hold the pint of ice cream without your hand getting cold.
That is amazing. That is a wonderful invention. And
Yes.
I guarantee you the inventor was American because I was at a Dodgers game a few weeks ago, and like there was this deal going on. I guess if you had like the Dodgers app or the McDonald's app, that like if the Dodgers won, you got free chicken McNuggets. And I remember, okay, I'm bad at sports, so I'll probably be talking about like hockey terms and football terms.
That's
and
fine.
Bring it on.
something about baseball, and then the umpire, and then people started cheering, and then the umpire took his call back, which I think at that point meant that the Dodgers lost. I was really high, I don't remember. But then
I think we have an ongoing
We got a theme here. Got a theme going.
420, maybe. And then half the stadium just got up and cleared. And I like turned to my friend, I'm like, why are they leaving? And she's like, it's because they're not getting their chicken McNuggets.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Because they were all high too.
You're right.
And they
Yeah.
really wanted chicken
You imagine
nuggets.
how
We're
disappointing that is?
American. Don't fuck with our fast food, damn it.
Right. I know.
No.
Sad.
What is your
Sad.
go-to fast food?
Ooh, well, I really like Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich and fries. And I also like Chick-fil-A's too, but by the way, Wendy's has a lettuce shortage right now. So go to get your spicy chicken sandwiches at Chick-fil-A. They better sponsor. Well, actually don't sponsor me. I don't like their politics. But yeah. Wait, so I don't eat Chick-fil-A. I like
Well,
Wendy's.
you don't eat Chick-fil-A on Sundays.
There you
Yes.
go. Yeah.
True. I have some morals, damn it.
Right.
No, but I
It-
really like Wendy's. Here in California, we have In-N-Out. If you want the burger, and then I think as far as fast food goes, that's
That's where you're
mine.
at.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Well, I got to tell you,
We
were
went to California
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, and
So I was going to say
we got there about 10:30.
10:30 at night. Yeah.
First thing we did was went to In-N-Out Burger to give it a try because
Yeah.
Isn't it really good?
we don't have them around here. So
You
Their
know,
fries are-
I have I think we were so overhyped to it, but
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's fine. But
Yeah.
I
Aren't
think
their
that's
fries disgusting?
I don't know if I remember them.
They're like
I don't.
they're like healthy.
Oh, do they have the skin on them and shit?
I think
Yeah.
no,
Oh.
they're like little cut.
Okay.
They're just like, well, it's because they're healthier, I think.
Oh.
They're smaller. You just eat more.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
That's
I don't
healthy.
even know how to explain it, but it's just like, yeah. I mean, McDonald's is the MVP when it comes to fries.
For fries, 100%.
There you go.
Yeah. And Burger King
100%.
Burger King can just go fuck itself. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Burger King can't even make it in Wisconsin anymore. They're shutting down. You know you're bad when your fast food joint can't make it in Wisconsin. Like
Yeah.
there's nobody fatter than Wisconsin.
So is that your list of fast foods when you're sober and when you're high?
Yes.
Okay. Same. You
yeah.
don't have a different craving when you're high or anything like that?
No.
Or drunk?
I mean, even being drunk or high would never let me go to Burger King. Like I don't think I would allow myself to stoop to that level.
Right.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I'll crave like, well, it depends if you eat before, right? But if you don't, like anything tastes good, I would say like pizza. I had Domino's last weekend with my friend. We were a little this is I had
Taco Bell at 2 a.m. No.
I'm not really that. I mean, Taco Bell's okay. I know I'm a rarity, but like, yeah.
Well, yeah, Taco Bell's only good at 2 a.m.
Right.
You don't eat it any other time.
Yeah. I really like, well, no, I don't like, but I ate them by force. It was these fried Oreos.
Oh,
You're
Jesus.
from Wisconsin, you know about
We
them.
we get them at every carnival.
Yeah. I mean, it was I should probably eat it at the carnival, not through Postmates. It probably tastes better at carnival. But yeah, that's go-to kind of high snack, and yeah.
Fair enough.
You know when you've fallen off the wagon a little bit, we have a Quick Trip is our convenience store out here that everybody loves, and I would have Postmates deliver pints of ice cream from Quick Trip. So basically, I would like get a cheeseburger from there just so I could get the pint of ice cream delivered, make it
and not look so bad.
Yeah.
So before I like snuck off dairy a little bit, I used to love Ben and Jerry's half baked when you're fully baked,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Their fish food I liked. That was my favorite.
Fish food. Oh, I've tried fish food. Yeah.
PH. Yeah.
With the thing. My daughter who's in college texted me the other day and she's like, she was out drinking the night before and said, "Yep, went to Taco Bell. Pray for me this morning."
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I remember that. I don't drink as much anymore. Just because, mental health reasons. But like, I mean, I do, but I always like to end the night with an edible.
I hear you. I hear you.
I don't get hangovers from them, and it just, the next day you're fine, whereas if I drink like more than a few and I'm fucked up, then my whole day goes to waste. But yeah, so it's
funny. We named this podcast Cocktails with Dimples in the Beard kind of before I really got into edibles and weed. Yeah. And now the only time I ever really drink is the podcast. It's pretty rare that I'll have a drink otherwise.
You guys should try do the weed drinks for like
we do need to try some of those. Yeah, for sure.
We did some in Phoenix.
Did we?
Yeah.
CBD drinks, not weed drinks.
Oh, see. Right.
Yeah.
So I only smoke pot with guests I run into it on the podcast from the podcast.
That's true.
Weed is legal in Wisconsin?
No. So don't tell.
Oh, okay. Because this is like recorded and stuff. They're not going to come drag you guys out in handcuffs.
I hope not. This isn't live, so we're good for the night. But I know our local police probably have this on.
They're outside listening to our studio.
No, we're good. We're good. It's not legal, but I don't know how much they, I mean, for personal use, I don't know how much they really much care. Unless you're out driving or something,
Yeah.
So let's get into you and how you got started in comedy.
Well, how I got started in comedy. So I moved out to LA in fall of 2015 for graduate school. And I've always wanted to be an actor, writer, like, oops, sorry. It's like blurring me. Here, let me take the background off and I will show you guys my lovely.
Seems like when you put your hands in front of your face, it blocks everything, blurs everything. But
yeah, well, here's my
either way,
living room. that I share with my roommate and pay a lot of rent for.
Well, I'm going to tell you, like it looks a lot like Earl. We had Earl Skakel on, who's from LA as well.
I
And
love Earl.
it looks like his background. It looks like an LA apartment.
Yeah. No, he was hilarious.
Yeah, Earl was great. He was great. But anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, I moved out. I wanted to be like Tina Fey.
Okay.
Basically, right, have my own show. And then I had a classmate who was doing stand-up, and I went, he invited everyone to go see him at the Comedy Store. And I went, and I mean, at the time, stand-up didn't even cross my mind because I had never ever seen a woman of color do it. I only knew Maz Jobrani, I knew Russell Peters, like Dane Cook's name, I didn't know. And I saw this like Pakistani American girl performing on the same lineup in him, and I was like, huh. And then I was like, that's interesting. I want to try that. I want, it was really more of like maybe a bucket list thing.
Yeah.
And so I like kind of started thinking about it. And then in January of 2016, I went through the breakup with my first boyfriend ever. And I was in a really like low,
Yeah.
like
Sure.
whatever.
Men will do that to you. Yeah.
Which the exact state you need to be in to write good comedy.
Absolutely. And I just started writing. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can, how about I choose, instead of being sad, choose this as a focus.
Yeah.
And so I wrote a few lines. I went to this place called Danny's Venice in Marina Del Rey. And I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I think it's closed down at this point, but that's where this classmate of mine hosted an open mic, and he put me up for a few minutes, and there were only like 4 people in the whole place, including the manager, who looked like Bernie Sanders. And I started calling him that, and he was laughing, and the people were laughing, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm good at this. Maybe I
I'm
should.
funny.
Yeah.
I'm amazing.
The manager actually asked me to come back.
Well, there you go.
So I was like, this could be a thing. And yeah, I started doing it. And I started like doing auditions at Flappers and the Ha Ha, and, kind of getting quote unquote passed there.
Yeah.
And then hanging around the Comedy Store. And yeah, I mean, I really started just loving it and taking it seriously. And then of course you become friends with comics, and knock on wood, I love the comedy community in LA. Everyone's really nice. Like Earl's one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I really never felt like I fit in my entire life until I joined the stand-up scene in comedy. I didn't really feel like I ever like had true friends in Ohio, or like even out here in LA in grad school, and like even like there was a group of, even some people like the same ethnic, but I never felt that until I joined comedy, because we're all a little fucked in the head.
Right. That's what I was going to
the-
say. That's the common bond there.
We've been hearing, yes.
Yeah. So when you were on Kill Tony, you talked about your web series, Saffron Rose.
Yeah.
Was that right about when you were starting stand-up as well?
That was about 2 years after, because my grad program was 3 years, and I was at the writing and producing for television program at LMU. So that was, the web series was actually my thesis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank you. Yeah. So it was cool to get to promote that. And there were actually people from Kill Tony who went and watched it. And yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun to shoot. And that's kind of, it's along the lines of what I want to do. I got to write and act in something that I produced, and that was really cool. And it served as a sizzle reel for a lot of things. Which,
Yeah.
I'd imagine, yeah.
For 10 minutes of film, there's a lot of comedy in it. It's very funny.
Thank you. Oh my God, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's
and
absolutely.
when I watched it, and because I didn't know when I started, I'm like, when I got to the end of the 3rd episode, I was like, what, we're done?
We want more.
No,
We want more.
Oh my God. I really wanted to continue it. My co-star was unable to continue.
Okay.
And, with like funding and stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean, we're working on more I'm working on more projects. I
Sure.
definitely want to get more like screen projects out there. And I mean, that's a project that will forever be in my heart.
Yeah.
Sure.
It
Yeah.
was slightly based on a true story too.
Ooh.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
But going into it, you kind of knew it was going to be just this many episodes, this much, and done.
Well, we were
Or
only
no.
allowed to do 10 to 15 minutes
Sure.
of for
Okay.
the thesis. And I mean, I initially wanted it to be 15, but with like my professor saying cut this, cut that, it
Oh.
turned out to be 10. But yeah.
So do you have stuff on the cutting room floor that you could bring back and release?
No, because it's just like one-liner here. It's like not.
Gotcha. Okay.
I wish, but
The door with all the panties on it and bras was in the fucking RA. He steals a pair and runs.
Okay, that was also based on a true kind of story.
Do tell. Do tell.
When I was in high school, there was this guy, and I don't feel bad for him because he was really mean and really rude to me.
There you go.
Fuck him.
I guess he was obsessed with like this other girl, and from the rumors that I heard, I guess he like knew where she lived, and he like broke into her bedroom every day and like would find her panties and like hide in the closet. And then one day her dad like came into her room and opened the closet, and he was there, and like, yeah. And I think it was like such an embarrassing moment that they didn't even press charges. The police was like, just don't come to school for a week. That was his advice.
That's how the Midwest handles this situation.
Yeah.
Like people are gonna find out about this. You best stay home for a little while.
Cool down.
Seriously. I mean, the social suicide, it's worse than any other kind of jail time.
I don't know how I would react if I would have walked in, and there's a guy sniffing panties and
your daughter,
and my daughter's no way around. I'm like, what's going on?
I think I know how you would have reacted.
Oh my God. Yeah, seriously. Like as a father with a daughter, I can't even imagine.
Yeah. We both have them. So we
I have two.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All this gray hair. That's awesome. That's all from them.
I don't see any gray hair. What are you talking about?
I got all of the gray.
Yeah, but it's like an aesthetic. I love it. Like the
No,
beard.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, I have to apologize. Our brand is typically me with a beard to about here, but I got sick of it a few weeks ago and shaved it all off. So the growth is starting over. So
okay, that's why your logo is red and white, because of Santa Claus, right? Christmas.
Yeah, I'm a fat guy with a white beard. I get it. Okay, it's not a roast battle. It's a podcast.
Either that or like a Muslim sheikh. The really long beard.
I like that. I feel like I'm smarter that way. That looks like wisdom, not just indulgence.
Yeah.
So you got on stage. You said, "I'm good at this." What did you like about it? What was your say? I want to come back to feel more of what?
It made me happy when people were laughing. It was like a rush. It was really cool. And I mean, like I said, I'd always liked acting, but I'd always liked comedy acting a little bit more.
Sure.
And I've always loved comedy, not necessarily stand up, because I just didn't have a lot of exposure to it, but I did have some.
Yeah.
And comedy for me, as someone who like I have generalized anxiety disorder, that's always been making myself laugh or listening to something that would make me laugh was a really cool way to always handle it and bring myself back to reality. I've always loved shows like Family Guy, really dark humor, like
yes,
off limits, right? Yeah, and it's actually funny because the very first stand-up comic that I actually watched was when I was in Iran visiting my family, and my dad would put up this projection screen, and there was this one stand-up comic. His name is Hamid Mahisefat, and stand-up is fairly new in Iran now. So back then he was like one of the only ones, and he was so funny. He would sing in this Indian accent, and he was just like, oh, his facial expressions. Oh my God, he was so hilarious. And a few years ago, actually, I like talked about him in like this other interview, and I tagged him in it, and then he called me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and we talked on the phone for like 30 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
Well, you should tag Bill Burr in this one.
I should. I will. I will. Why not?
I'm just saying, maybe Dave Attell, yeah.
Hey, you kind of look like Dave Attell with the beard and stuff.
I'm as grumpy as he is too, so it works. I'm just now nowhere near as funny. Nowhere near as funny.
Dimples gives me Theo Von vibes.
Oh, you should grow a mullet.
Oh,
he looks a little bit like Theo, like face wise. Doesn't he look a little bit like Theo?
Oh, okay.
No, he's not as pretty as Theo.
I had a killer mullet in high school. I was the mullet king. I was.
I want my mullet back.
So how did you get into the store? I mean, you just started showing up for.
So I'm not past at the store, but I do roast battle there monthly. I mean, I used to do shows there when they were doing like belly room shows, which post pandemic there's a lot less of that. But I mean, I'll do spots on Crack 'em Up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Roast battle is my main thing at the store. I've been doing that since August of 2018.
Oh, wow.
What got you into what? My question is, you do it once. Why do you go back?
Well, because I won. No.
Right.
Number one. Okay, you're right. Good answer.
Everyone was really nice after. Jeff Ross was really nice after. It was initially roast battle for me. I only did it because I saw a flyer with, my friend Alba Hamani used to do these really cool posters of actually, I think he still does them, of side by side, this person is versing this person tonight. And I was just kind of like, that seems cool.
Yeah.
I want to try it. Yeah. This was when I was a couple years into comedy, and I was still okay, I still don't know my voice. What kind of comic am I? What?
Sure.
So I was like, I should try everything. So initially I just wanted to try roast battle, and then I won, and then I did it a couple more times and sucked ass. But instead of, I didn't want to give up after the couple times after. I was like, because what it was, sorry if I'm stuttering a lot. I just get really passionate and excited when I talk about roast battle. I love that show.
We love it. We love it.
Love it.
Yeah. Actually, after every roast battle, the first few roast battles I did, I would stay for the main events. And you guys know, undercards, I was an undercard, so it was 3 jokes, and then main events were 5. And I think one of those nights was actually for the title match.
Okay.
Oh, that was 3 rounds. And I remember just seeing all these main event battlers, Lou Misiano and Zach Stein was one of them. Paige Wesley and Leah Kajanian was one of them. And I think it was Alex Duong and Toby Morris. His last name's really hard to say. But I remember seeing, especially Lou and Zach's, when they both wore suits and they kind of assumed a character, and they had rebuttals. I was like, oh my gosh, if I work hard at this, this is what could be. I mean, they're literally putting on a performance.
Yeah.
They're going back and forth, and this is all pre-handed preparation, but they don't know what each other is saying.
Right.
I mean, they're putting it so well, and all these celebrity judges are there, and the joke writing is just so solid. I want to pursue that. And so, I kept I just said, okay, I'm going to do it once a month.
Sure.
And
okay.
I kept doing it. And also, who else inspired me? Alex Duong. I don't know if you know him. He was a title champ for a while.
Okay.
And he inspired me a lot, because we would talk about roast battle, and he would give me tips, and he'd just be like, we're all here. Everyone in roast battle is also really nice. That's the nicest group of comics are at the store and in roast battle. But yeah, and I was actually, funny enough, again, supposed to do my first main event with Lou Misiano.
Okay.
March 2020, and 5 days before our battle, everything. And then Lou moved to Philadelphia, and I still have not battled him. And, he always wears the suit on stage, and I had my red dress ready because I was like, I'm going to play this character, and it didn't happen. So
that's the thing. There's strategy involved. When we were talking to Earl about it, because obviously he was big into it, and talking about how you start to get an idea for what they're going to call out you for. So then you're ready, like you said, with rebuttals to what they're going to, so you got to try and think outside the box and think of something they're not going to be ready for. And
100%. And I think roasting is becoming really popular in LA, because we don't just have roast battle. We have Comic Wars now, and my really good buddy Los Digits runs the Noyores League at the Haha, and it's not just
that. His real name, Los Digits?
No, I'm not allowed to say his real name.
That's his God-given name from his mom. All right, calm down.
He's a battler also. He's got a cult following. But I mean, I've always loved Kill Tony, and Tony Hinchcliffe roasts comics who go on show.
Yeah.
And Andrew Schultz to some degree as well, when he's in crowd work.
Oh, his crowd work is
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Probably the best.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, gotta be right there.
I mean, roast battle really made me a better comic and a better writer.
Sure. Have you ever had a night where you went, that one was a little too personal? I went home and cried a little bit,
towards you, and after you said it to somebody else.
Not after I said it, because I'm really, really big on respecting people for like, because we all have this protocol where we're like, okay, just tell me what's off limits. And,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, as far as what someone said to me, I wasn't upset with what the comic said because I'd given him permission to say that. But I was a little upset that like one of the judges was like quizzing me on it in front of the whole audience. And I felt like I had to answer. And it wasn't even in a joke. So it was just kind of like that like shook me a little. And it was only the third time I was doing roast battle. Like now I
Sure.
can, but yeah. But no, I mean, it's all love. We only roast the ones we love.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're gonna bag on you, but it's all love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself like when you go your first time going to up and to do comedy, being a character, and then is it like a different character when you do the roast battles because you're talking about acting so much? Wanting to.
I wouldn't say so, because with roast battle, to play an actual character the way like Digits does, and I think Earl used to do in Hooper, you have to really commit to it. And for me, it's just more, we all have a type. We've all been typecast.
Yeah.
But, for me, it's like, oh, the Persian, Muslim, terrorist, princess, dress, because I like to dress up for the battle. Sorry, I like to look good,
Yeah.
And you do.
And I mean, occasionally I'll say something like Brian Moses was like, one time we didn't hear our names and we finally went on stage and Moses was like, were you taking a dump? And I was like, oh no, I was looking at myself in the mirror, But I mean, at the end, it's all an act, but no, I wouldn't say I lean into a character necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it how difficult was it being Iranian Persian to get it? I mean, did you get any flack for that when you first started in comedy, or were you?
I would say I entered at a pretty good time when, I mean, when Trump came to power. Good time.
Yeah.
But
well, good for joke writing.
yeah. But it was kind of like there was this pushback on racism and we need more inclusion, we need more diversity. For me, it was like my biggest challenge was, how do I set myself apart from other Persian, male female comics? Because a lot of,
is there a lot of female Persian comics?
No, there are not a lot. There are not a lot. But like, brown comics, I mean, it's just I don't do a lot of like accent stuff and
sure.
That was kind of I really didn't have many isures. No.
Sure,
I mean,
sure. Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, welcoming. And
Back
I would say there was this one guy who, oh my God, he was we were roommates for a couple months, and he was, he did start to get a little jealous that I started booking so much, and he kept saying like, you just get booked because you're a woman of color, and but other than that, that was
Yeah. Has anybody ever asked you that stupid question, like, because of the woke culture, do you get booked more? Is that ever come up? Like,
They haven't.
Okay,
No.
good.
I mean, I think in the beginning though, there was this little bit of fear installed.
Yeah.
That I think a lot of like non-white comics do feel. So for example, I called one of the comedy clubs, and I'm not going to say the name of the club because they've been so good to me. This is in the beginning. And they like make you fill out an online portal, and I noticed like you have to put your race down, and the races were white, black, Asian, and Indian. And I'm like, well, I'm none of those. I'm technically Asian, but I know what you mean when you say Asian.
Right.
And I called and I'm like, hey, so I'm Middle Eastern, like, what do I put? Other? And they're like, yeah, just put whatever. And I'm like, curious, why do you ask like what race comics are? And they're like, oh, it's so we don't have too many of one ethnicity on a lineup. But that wasn't like a manager or anything on the phone. I think it was just a random person working there who didn't want to be like, I don't know, so they made up something. But I mean, that hasn't been an issue since. I mean, LA's been good to me. So
good. And speaking of Asian, you were the winner of the Crazy Woke Asian Festival. What year was that? Was that recently?
That was 2021.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that I mean,
and I was not supposed to be in that because I'm not like,
because you're not Asian.
I know. Well, I'm like West Asian.
Right. Yeah. No, technically it's Asia, so you're Asian. But
well, they booked me. I put in the work. I don't care.
Funny's funny.
Yeah.
A win's a win.
Oh yeah. It was great. It was cool. I got voted by Craig Shoemaker and Isla Durrani, the guy who used to book Leno. It was really cool. So
that's awesome. And that's not roasting. That's pure stand-up, isn't it?
Yeah, but I have learned to put some of my roast jokes inside of my set, not to necessarily roast an audience member. Like if it's a heckler, yeah, but maybe if I'm roasting an idea, like roasting people from Ohio or da da da.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's another way roast battle has helped my writing and helped stand up. So yeah.
Yeah, you got to know what type of crowd you're in front of so that you can use some of that information, right?
Sometimes they're horrified. They're like, how could you say that? Yeah, and that's another thing. Like I forget that it's not always the roast battle stage. And so it's like you can't go that dark. Okay, pull it back a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, I would imagine you have evenings where you're going along, you're like, okay, tone it down, or I'm gonna attempt it, see how far I can go.
A little bit. Yeah, I mean, I what was it? Oh, I'm so sorry. This thing is trying to make me change my password. Not gonna happen because I don't remember password.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why I use the same one for everything. You want it?
Right? And it's like you don't feel like writing it down in your notes app. Like that's too much work.
No,
Like,
I do not. I do not. I'm always screwed when I have to change it for some reason. I'm like,
oh,
Forget
there's-
password every time. I'm done.
Yep. Yeah. Like there was like this show I did in Santa Monica, and funny enough, it was like a brown show. And I was like roasting my own people, brown people, and the white people were really upset. And I'm like, you don't have to be upset on behalf of me. I'm saying
I'm saying it. So, but you're from Ohio, but you said you visited your parents
Or from Iran.
from Iran, but they're there.
No, they're in Tennessee.
Oh,
Which
shit,
is
they
all
moved.
over. Yeah, they moved to
What's
Tennessee.
going on?
I know they like the South. They think it's less racist than the Midwest. No, they really do like the South though. They really do. They
Yeah.
my dad just got a new job there, so yeah. But I never lived in Tennessee, just
Okay.
Ohio.
We were just in Nashville, Tennessee. We love Nashville.
Oh, that's awesome. They're in Memphis, but I've
Okay.
been to Nashville and it's really cool.
Yeah, we just happened to have a weekend booked there for like, I mean, we booked it 6 months ago, and then when we were there, both Christina P and Chase O'Donnell and Dave Williamson were all at Zany's that weekend. So we went and saw everybody.
Zany's. I've
Yeah.
heard a lot about Zany's.
It's a great club. It's
I think
really
a
cool
lot
club.
of LA comics go there.
Yeah. I think it's one. Yeah, it seems like it's one of the more popular ones. People seem to really like it.
And Zany's in
Cool.
Chicago. We were at a while ago,
Oh yeah.
so we've been trying to make our rounds to the Zany's, I guess.
Yeah. If you're ever traveling and you're in Wisconsin, we have one in Appleton called Skyline Comedy Club. That is a pretty nice club.
Yeah.
I
So-
will definitely have to hit you up for that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
You were also, I saw you speaking in the store and all the comedians at the store. I saw you in Jeremiah Watkins' video for Halitosis, which is hilarious. How'd you get hooked up with that thing?
Oh man. Well, I love Jeremiah. I've known Jeremiah since I did Kill Tony. He's such a sweetheart.
I was gonna say he seems like the nicest person on the planet.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Okay.
He's I used to have such a crush on him many years ago because I love really skinny men. But
Well, that fits the bill.
yeah. No, but he's amazing. His wife is lovely. Their child is adorable. And
Yeah.
he's so talented. He's really fucking funny. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really glad at all the opportunities he's getting. He deserves everything he has.
Yeah, 100%. Have you
Yes.
been on his should he does that stand up on the spot? Have you been on that? Have you?
No, I think only like paid regulars do that.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I mean, we can hope. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
always hope.
Yeah,
Future.
I've seen a few of them. I don't watch it religiously. I mean, there's so much comedy out there to consume now that it's hard to keep up with everything. But
Oh yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So during
Yeah.
your day, you're, if I read this correctly, story associate producer.
I am. Yeah. Yeah.
for the
I work-
Housewives,
Well, for many
Well,
things.
I was.
Okay.
I'm on a show for National Geographic now. I'm in post-production. So, we see the raw footage that comes in and we like cut it up. And like we decide kind of what should go in the episode, and then we show it to the higher up producers, and they'll ask us to pull stuff, and it's a cool job. It's a lot of fun.
so that's
So that's
okay.
okay. I was gonna ask you to explain the position on a reality show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
'cause
is
it
for post.
doesn't seem to make sense. I'm like, they're not supposed to be telling a story. They're just filming what happens.
Yeah, so it's kind of like screenwriting, but backwards, because in this sense, the story, well, the the footage is already there. You just have to make a story out of it.
Okay, that makes sense.
That does make a lot more sense.
All right. See, here I thought we were admitting that reality shows were just all fake, but apparently not.
So how did you get hooked up with that? It seems like you did that for quite a few shows. And I mean,
So
to begin in that, how do you begin in that?
super random. I mean, so you know the Shaws of Sunset? It was on Bravo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about a bunch of like rich Persians in LA.
Mhm.
And there was this girl that I knew, and her sister was a associate story producer for that show, but she also doubled as a translator for Farsi.
Okay.
Yeah, so the parents on the show, a lot of times people on that show speak Farsi a lot of times, and they needed a translator. And she's like, I'm leaving the show and I'm actually looking for someone to take my position. She actually her sister, who I was friends with, brought her to one of my comedy shows. And she's like, yeah, I can recommend you. So I go there, and on the fly, I learn Avid, and I get called back for the next season. And then I start branching out to doing other shows. So it was an interesting, and it was awesome because from that moment, or right before that moment, I was still deciding what I wanted to do as my day job. I knew it was entertainment, but
Yeah.
I'd worked in development, I'd been a PA, I'd done a lot of different things, but I didn't know I'd love post this much. So
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So she's presented it to you and you're like, yeah, I'll give it a try. Or did it sound exciting to you?
it sounded exciting. I mean, and it's cool that, like, whatever your opinion on Shaws of Sunset is, it's just really cool to see, like, Iranian people on American TV and hear Farsi be spoken. And yeah.
Do you speak fluent?
I do. It was actually my first language. Like, even though I was born in Ohio, my parents were like fresh immigrants, and they taught it to me first. And then I went to preschool, and they're like, she should probably learn English too.
So what brought them to the United States? Work?
So I mean, he came here as a student, and then my mom, she came after the revolution and the war when she married my dad and came here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nice.
Into Ohio.
Into Ohio.
Yep. It's funny because she's from the capital, Tehran, which is like, and people in Ohio would like, they'd be like, have you ever seen snow before? Are you from a small village? And she's like, I come from a city of 12 million people, which has since grown.
It's more than Ohio. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
So do you get back to Iran at all?
I do. I go a lot. I haven't been the past couple of years because of the pandemic, but
yeah,
the last time I was there, like I said, it was when end of 2019, when we thought I was there when all of that happened.
Okay.
And I was actually hooked up with some stand-up comics there. And I was supposed to at least go see the show. They were like, if you want, we can give you a few minutes. And I'm like, I don't know if as a dual citizen, that's a good idea at this time. But I definitely was gonna, my cousins and I did want to go to Tehran, at least watch it.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. I'd been communicating with them for some time, and I still am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting how it works there. It's kind of like when you do stand up in Iran, it's in teams. So even though you don't, like, your material doesn't have anything to do with each other, you always, your lineup is always the same. It's really
Okay.
Maybe it's a venue thing, maybe it's kind of like a Comedy Store Laugh Factory type deal, but
Sure.
it's pretty cool. And there's women comics, and there's some minority ones, and
So without getting too deep, and you can tell me no, and we can edit this out, but without getting too deep, can you tell me what's going on over there and why, in layman's term, what's happening and why us as Americans should care? Because I've seen you posting a lot about what's going on over there. And and I know that the average American citizen is probably clueless and not paying any attention. And I'm just curious, I know that, we talked a little bit before, and I know you don't want to get too deep into it, but can you just give kind of a layman's?
So, what is going on right now is you're seeing, I mean, a lot of people in Iran are protesting against the government. I mean, and what offset that was a girl, Mahsa Jina Amini. She was, wearing her hijab improperly by the morality police.
Okay.
In their eyes, and they arrested her, and they killed her. And I mean, they said it was a heart attack, but that basically pushed a lot of people are protesting in Iran for actually a revolution.
Okay.
Americans should care about what's going on in Iran because, I mean, everything that happens I'm so sorry, that's embarrassing.
Oh, no.
Everything that does happen in the Middle East does affect us as well. And so Americans can't do a lot, right? Because it's, a lot of it, I mean, don't send money there. I will say that right now. So if you see anyone claiming that they're sending money to Iran, don't do that, because that's impossible because of sanctions. So I don't know where that money is going. It's a scam.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you do see like petitions or, people posting about what's going on, please repost.
Okay.
Or, because social media is currency at this time.
Good point.
Is it hard to be funny with all of it going on? I mean, are you struggling right now at all with comedy, or is that kind of your escape?
It is my escape. It's my escape for sure. And I've been thinking about writing some stuff about it. I tried to do that last time when I was in Iran, when there was the whole Trump killing the general, and, but I think COVID happened so fast that everyone just kind of forgot. So it's like, okay, well, I can't really, I mean, I could, but, and everyone's life just drastically changed that there wasn't really any time.
Yeah. Right.
You kind of got to be current. Yeah.
Yeah. We're all just keeping our fingers crossed that everything works out, that more lives are not shed, because, I mean, again, if you see on social media, there's much video and picture evidence of bloodshed and a lot of people, speaking up for their rights and protesting, and it's
going to take a lot. I think unfortunately it's going to take a lot to
I just want to
be able to do that.
Thank you for being willing to talk about it a little bit, and thank you for the posting you're doing on Instagram, because like I said, I mean, I'm another one of these half clueless Americans who
we'll never know all the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, and I appreciate you guys for wanting to know. And I think a lot of reasons I think a lot of Americans don't care is when they see videos of like fighting and bloodshed in the Middle East, they think, oh, it's just another Tuesday in the Middle East. Well, it's not. Iran is actually pretty safe when I go. I mean, there's not sectarian violence. There's not, I mean, the risk is more like getting arrested by the government if you're disobeying the rules, or even as a dual citizen, but it's not like, I mean, my heart bleeds for Syria, or, it's not violent like that.
Sure. Tehran is a very much modern city with every amenity we have here, correct? I mean,
yeah. Tehran's pretty fun. It's really cool. That's where that's where the comedy scene is.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it would have been cool to see it, but like I said, when Trump killed the general, they shut down everything for mourning for I think like 2 weeks or something. So this got canceled, and
yeah.
I was gonna say, with Americans, I think it's the whole thing. Laziness. I think it comes down to laziness with us. I could dig and find out more, or I could just not worry about it. And then they get lazy and just don't worry about it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're immensely privileged to be living here. And especially, we have the most power. I would say the US is probably the most powerful government in the world. And so a lot of, obviously, the laws they make and stuff, affect us as citizens, but people living in other countries, like such as the Middle East, America's laws affect that too. And so we don't necessarily have to be tuned into other countries' politics, because I mean, it does affect us, but we don't think it does. If that makes any sense. For example,
it does.
Yeah.
Okay. It does.
Yeah.
All right, like I said, back to funny. Quit asking questions. Let's talk about giving blowjobs to Jewish guys.
Edit. Boom.
Oh my God, that's a great segue. I love
that. Sometimes you just have to go with the hard segue, because you can't get out of you're like, we're talking about this deep subject. We just go back to your joke about blowjobs and Jewish guys.
And I can convert religions if I need to. I'm just saying.
Okay. It's so funny. A lot of people think I'm Jewish. I'm like, there's a very tiny bit on my mom's side, but other than that, no. But I mean, I've always thought like Jewish men were hot.
Sure.
Because they
I
have
don't-
money.
No.
You can't say that.
Oh shit! Jesus Christ!
I mean, I've always just kind of like vibed with them a little more, maybe because
Yeah.
it's like they're all. I'm trying. Oh, see, my roommate who's coming in right now. He's a really hot male Jewish guy. Hi, Jeremy. You're going to be on a podcast.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
He's sweaty. He's so hot and sweaty.
And sweaty, hot and sweaty.
Oh, Jesus. We're
Ooh.
Jesus, we
We are-
hate you, Jeremy. You're hot and sweaty.
We are trying desperately to get more female viewers, Jeremy.
Look at him now. Look at him hamming it up. Yeah.
Ladies, that was for you.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just I'm trying to think, what was it that initially, I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe just like all the crushes that I had growing up happened to be Jewish. Maybe it was there's I like don't
Were they
know
all
what-
Hollywood stars or Hollywood people? Because
see, and I'm trying not to get into the stereotypes, right?
Just
No.
say names.
should I not?
I'm trying
Am
to
I?
think. I'm trying to think. Who was my first crush? Who was
Yeah.
my
Well,
there
you
was-
think I'm going to tell people go find the clip that I'm talking about because the joke is fucking hilarious and I don't want to
Oh
ruin
my
it here.
god!
So go find the clip. Just Sarah Fatemi talking about Jewish guys.
Thank you. It should be pinned on my Instagram.
It
It's
is.
one
It
of
is,
the-
yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always I'm trying to think what it.
Well, you said you had a crush on Jeremiah. That's first, right?
He's not Jewish. He's like
He's
very
not?
Christian. He's very Christian.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
look at me.
I mean,
Edit that
honestly-
part out.
I have a crush on like anything with a pulse. No. Really skinny guys. I don't know. There
But
happens-
skinny guys,
Yeah, I don't know what it
I
is.
hate doing
tall skinny
Podcast-
guys, short, just skinny.
I hate
I
doing
mean, I'm
podcasts
so-
with comedians because I nearly always spit out a drink at some point. Anyway,
Well, I'm only 5 feet tall, so everyone is tall.
That's true.
So yes, tall, skinny guys, but you could be 5'2", and that's tall for me.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, but I will say now it's really just my type is just brown hair, brown eyes.
there you go.
Yeah, no.
No, I got blue eyes.
Get some
Okay.
context.
Get some contacts, damn it. No. It's really weird because every guy I've either dated or hooked up with looks like some variation of the same
The other guy, yeah.
So I really do have a type, I know. But
We
yeah,
all
no.
kind of do, but
But I do love Jewish culture. I love the bagels and lox. I love the I can say that, right? That's part of the culture, right?
That's part of the culture. Absolutely. Absolutely.
it's not stereotyping.
I have to ask,
Mhm.
whose swords are on the wall? Yours or Jeremy?
Jeremy's.
Jeremy's? Okay. All right.
Yeah, so he used to do jujitsu. He's like hit professional level.
Yeah, of course he did. Of course. Enough
course.
about Jeremy.
Yeah,
Fuck
but he
Jeremy.
walks through and
He's perfect.
he
He's
can't
like
get
a,
skinnier.
no, he's like a Ken doll. Like I'm living
Yes.
in perfection.
How often does he walk around naked? Are we going to get that? Like,
Can he walk by with his shirt off?
yeah, at
In
least the
the
shirt.
morning, a lot of times, yeah, because like we used to go to the gym together and stuff when we had like different jobs and stuff. But no, I mean I've seen him shirtless so many times I'm desensitized, and I'll have like it's just another Monday for me, you know. And
I would imagine, yeah.
Doesn't even move the meter.
there has been an influx in female friends visiting me, though. I don't know what that's
Oh,
about. No, no, but
Um,
he's like a brother to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So-
awesome.
Yeah, great.
So,
Yeah.
so what do you got going on as far as creating? You got any, you like short films or anything coming, that you're working on? Or?
I am currently working on a pilot. It's very much in the bare bones stage, so I do
Nice.
prefer not to get into it just because
Sure.
you know how it is when you talk about something, it doesn't happen. So
Oh, we know. We know.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm currently prepping for the roast battle tournament.
Oh,
Yeah, so I don't know how much you guys keep up with roast battle, but you know how there's like a league, and so LA, we're doing a tournament. It's an 8-person tournament. The first round was, well, the first battles, not round, but was last night. And I wasn't in that. Mine is on November 15th with Julian Fernandez.
Okay.
And so whoever wins the whole tournament gets a chance next year to battle the title champion, which at this point, at this time, I don't know if it's Joe Urell or if Nicole Buchanan took it back.
Okay.
But
Ooh.
it kind of it jumps around. So
Sure.
but yeah, I mean, I care about roast battle a lot. It's very important to me. So that's the main thing right now, the next like few weeks.
Gearing up. It's like a prize fighter. You're gearing up for it. You're
It
training.
is. It really feels like a sport because there's a certain amount of preparation, there's certain protocol.
100%.
Yeah, like I mean, I can give you guys some tips if you want. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, you know, prize fighters go months without sex before the fight, right?
I mean, that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. But
All right. What are the tips? Because I want to get better. We have our 100th episode coming up soon, and I got to be ready. We're gonna
roast each other a lot.
That's awesome. So I like to send a picture of the person I'm battling and show it to friends who are not comedians, because you have to keep in mind the audience is mostly not comedians. It's regular people from out of town. So what are they first going to notice about someone just from their eyes, their looks, right?
Can I say that's brilliant?
Thank you. I mean, I learned, so I don't want to take credit.
No,
for
take
that.
credit. Take credit.
Well, Nicole Buchanan, I think, said it first, but here's the thing. I prepped so damn hard for roast battle when I was trying to move up to main events, is I listened to like every podcast. I remember talking to Alex Duong about it. I was like, yo, Alex, I'm really struggling with, I don't remember who it was. I think it might've been Greg Roque, but I'm like, I'm really struggling to write for Greg. He's like, he's this comic. He uses a wheelchair. He's like half Mexican.
Oh shit, that's not.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't know what I was like, my brain was dry and Greg is like levels ahead of me. I don't know why we were set to battle each other. I think he had a dropout, but Alex is like, watch movies Greg would watch, listen to music Greg would listen to, go places Greg would hang out with. And I mean, I had 4 battles this summer, so I didn't get to do that for a lot of my opponents, but I want to get back into it. I really like to immerse myself in the person.
Yeah.
Like, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite band? And I like to really just, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then,
Get in.
yeah. And then there's also certain like roast battle staples, I would say, as far as like the writing goes. Like, so you just start writing Dimples looks like, Dimples smells like, Dimples is like, it's kind of like going back to 6th grade phonetics. Yeah. I almost said ebonics. What am I trying to get laid tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
So going into a battle, you prep. When do you say, screw that, I'm going off script and I got so much more because he opened his mouth or they opened their mouth and I got floods of new stuff? Or no? Or does that really not happen? Well,
you also plan your rebuttals as well as your jokes. So at this point, I mean, at my level, I really do need to think, what are they going to hit on? Or, what have I told them that a long time ago when I was high that I don't want them throwing down.
So you got to analyze yourself as well.
Yeah. And and so, I mean, as far as going off script, I'm trying to think. I don't believe there was a moment where I went off script planned, but there was this one battle that got really intense about 6 months ago. And it was a guy who was a little bit bigger. And I'm not going to say his name because I don't want him to give him the attention. But
sure. That's fine.
No, he was really upset that I beat him. And, a lot of the jokes were fat jokes, which he didn't care that they were fat jokes. He cared that they worked. And
right. So, they were good ones.
Yeah. Pointing at the audience members going, you're bigger than me, you're bigger than me, you're bigger than me. And then he points to a girl sitting in the front row going, you're way bigger than me. You're like at least 20 pounds bigger than me. No offense. And she starts crying.
Oh. Shit.
Yeah. And I just was like, I think I told him like, oh, shut up. Like, I mean, I because it got serious for a moment, I had to get a little bit serious.
Yeah.
Because she was also one of my guests. That's the thing. And I didn't want to just stand up there like, hi, I invited you to my show to get insulted, like I had to stand up for her a little bit.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it was crazy. The judges, like Don Barris was there. Who else? Yeah, like I think it was Frank Castillo, Ashley Johnson, Sarah Keller.
Oh, wow.
They were all very much trying to also pivot. They were like, beautiful Jeremy was one of my plus ones. He's very supportive. He comes to a lot of roast battles. And
Yeah.
like, hey, hot guy, stand up. Like, Sarah, you should fuck your roommate. And I'm like, haha, I haven't heard that a million times before,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. So I mean, it gets exciting when it goes off script, but you never know what to expect at roast battle. So
Right. They are so fun to watch. And what is this Mint comedy is there like an app? Is it an app?
it is. I don't know if they still have a deal with Mint Comedy. I thought they switched platform. I'm not 100% sure, so that's why I don't.
Okay.
Know. But yeah.
But that's something you can watch live shows in different states. That's
Roast Battle always streamed on Periscope. I'll have to find out what it streams on now so that I'll send you guys the link for the next one. Yeah,
that'd be great because it's fun to watch.
It would be. It'd be awesome.
The show has completely revamped during the pandemic, and it's really become something cool.
Yeah, and you see a lot of it going on. It's fun. It's fun to watch.
And we don't really see it around here, so that's why we
don't have anything.
Wisconsin doesn't have a battle scene.
Not that I'm aware of. No,
it does, but it's not comedy.
Very short while because I talk, like I said, I FaceTime a lot of these stand-up comics from Iran. Sometimes we'll do private coaching. Sometimes we'll just bounce off ideas. I think I tried to start a roast battle, or like I gave them that. I like brought up, would you guys be willing to start a roast battle league? And they're like, it's too risky, right?
Yeah. Let's wait for things to calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
We're in a battle right now. We don't.
Yeah, but it's they have to be very careful what they do say on stage. So
that's got to be hard. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be hard.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on and spending some time with us. We'll let you promote before we depart, but
thank you so much for all your time.
Thank you for having me. Yeah,
I'm glad I stumbled upon the Kill Tony episode. Like I said, I've been working backward and finding so many. I mean, it's amazing how many good comedians go across that stage. And we've been contacting someone because we really want to talk more comedy, and we've been lucky to have a few comedians on. But comedians are hard because of your schedule and stuff. So
and you're just a natural. You're just a natural in telling stories and stuff. So you're a pleasure talking to.
So are you guys. You guys are amazing. So
thank you.
Yeah.
Promote away.
You can find me on Instagram at Sarah Fatemi Official. No, I'm not an asshole. I just got hacked last year and they wouldn't let me get Sarah Fatemi comedy back. So at Sarah Fatemi Official.
Okay.
Twitter is at SARAKIJOON because I'm an idiot and I accidentally made that my handle instead of just my title name. So I'm stuck with it.
Whoops.
And then YouTube, you can search Sarah Fatemi Comedy, and then TikTok should also be at Sarah Fatemi Official.
Do you use TikTok quite a bit?
I'm older than I look, so I'm really bad at it. Jeremy used to be a big TikToker. He had 70K followers and stuff, so he'll show me stuff, but I'm trying to get better at it.
We're definitely older than, well, maybe we're not older than we look. We're probably about exactly as old as we look.
Very well we look.
And we tried too. We hired a guy for a while to do TikTok for us because we have no fucking clue what we're doing on TikTok, and
it's hard.
Yeah,
it is.
It took me an hour once to make one. I'm like, this is hard.
Yeah, I'll stick to Instagram Reels. It's so much easier. So
yeah. And so that's my social media, and my next show is the first round of the roast battle tournament, November 15th at 10:30 at the Comedy Store in Hollywood.
Awesome. That's definitely we did an episode on bucket lists, one of our first episodes, and Comedy Store was not on there at the time, but it has definitely been added to my bucket list. I want to get out there and get to the Comedy Store.
Oh, absolutely.
Please let me know when you guys are in town, and we can maybe go together. And
100%.
I know the door guys, and
that would be fantastic. Awesome. I would love it. I just feel like if you love comedy and you don't go there, it's kind of like being a baseball fan and not going to Wrigley Field. There's just some of the metrics you got to go to. So
yeah, you got to.
Is that a hockey rink? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it is.
You guys should battle each other on like a Tuesday night at the Comedy Store.
She's like,
No.
I got so much material for both of you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I'm
If
looking
you-
at you both.
How
I
about
got-
you? How about you just battle? But it'd be like one of them tag team matches and then like wrestling that Earl likes so much, where it's 2-on-1. If one
Yeah.
of them is so good and the other two suck, you just
Yeah.
battle both of us at the same time.
Okay, that sounds good. That
And we
sounds
Even
good.
better.
We'd still get our ass kicked.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
we'd have to have a ringer come in with a hit you over the head with a chair or something to have any chance.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be funny. I think. Well, it's definitely something I think every comic should try.
Well, we
So.
are not comics, so not even close.
What? Really?
Not even close. No.
You're
we have
pretty
so-
funny. So
We have so much respect for what you guys do.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
so much respect. We
Yeah.
just
I
we
could-
just like to have a good time and enjoy just talking to great people. So thank you so
Aw,
much.
well, thank you. Thank you for having me, you guys. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
More
had a
than we can.
blast.
More than we can tell you. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, say goodnight to Jeremy.
Thank you for listening. The tavern is closed for now, but we'd love to have you back for more fun next time. Seriously though, get your asses out of here.